Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
In this case, a matrix is made which, if desired, can be reused. So you can not only tuning your car, but also help friends or earn money from those who want to have a non-standard hood. The method is more expensive, since it involves, in addition to the usual materials, the purchase of gel coat, wax. To begin with, let's consider a cheaper variant of making a hood with your own hands. Materials, tools to guide you in the amount of material. We give the values that are needed to make a hood with a straight face with a size of 105 by 135. For work you will need polyester resin. There are also techniques for making panels using epoxy resins. The hardener required for the resin most often comes already in the kit. You can use the hardener used to work with putties. The amount of resin depends on the size of the hood, thickness, as well as the presence of all sorts of moldings. In our case, about 5 to 6 liters of polyester resin will be required. Fiberglass mat. Fiberglass differs in the size of the cutting, as well as density. To make a hood with your own hands, you will be quite enough for 3 sizes of density, 50th, 300th and 600th. For our example, the minimum amount of fiberglass cloth is 9 square meters. Meters. Sandpaper gradation, P80, P120, P240, P500, P800. Of course, sanding stones. Brush. You can take one small, 5 cm, and one wide. For rolling, you can use a paint roller. A container for the preparation of resin. Polyethylene film of small thickness and soapolyic solution, 1:1. 2 strips of metal, 4 bolts for fastening. Manufacturing process. The following is the cheapest method. To make a fiberglass hood, you need apply the diluted solution liberally to the surface of the hood. Let it dry a little. Cover the hood with plastic film, try to expel all air bubbles. Lay sheets of 50 glass fiberglass with an overlap of 2 to 3 centimeters. At the edges of the hood, do not leave more than 2 centimeters of material. Impregnated with resin, it will flex. Dilute the polyester resin. Note that immediately after adding the hardener, the resin will begin to solidify. Therefore, do not dilute more than 300 milliliters. Impregnate the laid fiberglass with a brush. Do it in such a way that no air bubbles remain. Sand with 80 grit sandpaper to grind off the resin buildup. Treat the joints particularly carefully, but do not rub off the fiberglass at the overlap. Repeat the procedure, allowing for interlayer drying. Spread the purchased fiberglass evenly. After the 50th, apply the 300th and then the 600th. Once completely dry, the hood can be adjusted to size. To do this, you can use a hand or electric jigsaw. Backside it is best to do the same manipulations, but already on the backside of the hood. Then it is necessary, having previously removed the film, to grind the butt planes and glue the 2 parts. The hood in any case needs reinforcements. In the economy option, you can arbitrarily make them with your own hands. To do this, cut and position properly the strips from the foam, pre-moistening the surface with resin. Then cover them with fiberglass. If your car is not provided with gas stops, you should definitely make a place to fix the hood stop. Fasteners and latch. To make fasteners, cut 2 plates from metal with a thickness of about 3 mm. Screw 2 bolts into them on each side so that the ears of the hood can be screwed to them. Weld them together and then trim the bolt hats to get a flat plane. To get the hood to lie evenly across the gaps, carefully measure the location of the plates. The plates and latch need to be bricked into the fabricated hood. To do this, plant them on epoxy resin, and then cover them with enough layers of fiberglass. Matrix method wax for composite materials. Lint-free rags. For example, microfiber for hand polishing. Steclovual. Aerosil, which promotes adhesion and strength of bonding of the two parts of the matrix. Special matrix polyester resin. If not available, regular resin can be used. Degreaser. Some dense material, painter's tape. Making a matrix with your own hands. Wash the hood, rubbing off bituminous contaminants, and degrease the surface. On the inside, cover the edges with a dense material to create support for the fiberglass fabric. Apply the special wax and buff the surface to a high gloss. Apply gel coat. Note that it cures fairly quickly, 7 to 10 minutes. After curing, when touching your finger will not cause the material to peel off, you can apply another layer. Try to stretch the gel coat as evenly as possible. Leave the surface for 12 to 14 hours for complete drying. Wet the surface with polyester resin and apply 2 layers of glass wool, characterized by a density of 600 grams square. Leave the surface to dry completely for 10 to 12 hours. Further matrix thickness can be set with coarser glass fiber, 150 to 300 G square. An ordinary polyester resin. It will be quite enough to apply 2 to 3 layers, and then leave the matrix for at least 24 hours at a temperature of 18-25 OC. During this time, the surface will dry, and all shrinkage processes will end. Now we move on to the inside. All gaps between the amplifiers should be carefully smeared with plasticine. Otherwise, the procedure is completely similar to the one described above. Since the two parts of the matrix will be subsequently connected, for the inner side it is enough to put 2 to 3 layers of fiberglass cloth with a density of 600 G square. Do not forget to brick up the fasteners and the latch. Final shaping and painting. From the materials you will need putty. To make some other body panel, only universal putty will be enough. But since the hood in the process of operation is constantly subjected to temperature fluctuations, as a base layer it is better to use aluminum putty or composition with the addition of fiberglass. The final shape of the product will be given by universal putty. For our hood, 4 kilograms is enough. The amount depends not only on the size of the product, but also on the skill of the master. Acrylic primer and hardener to it. Acrylic paint, 0.5-0, 7 liters, or pigment and lacquer, if you will paint with the method, base under lacquer. Let's assume that you did not plan to finish the hood tuning. For the molding of all sorts of false air intakes, technological holes can be used, foam or assembly foam. After gluing with polyester resin, you can give them an arbitrary shape, and then glue them with fiberglass and technical plasticine. Putty will give the final shape to the product. Preparation for priming is carried out with abrasive P80 for roughing. Be sure to use a developer and bars of different lengths. Processing with abrasive P240 is the final before priming. The primer is sanded with P600 with a developer and then P800 as the final finish before painting. Completion of fiberglass hood will be painting with your own hands. Fiberglass parts manufacturing fiberglass hood with your own hands. Fiberglass hood. In conclusion, creating a fiberglass hood may seem like a daunting task, but with the right guidance and a bit of patience, anyone can achieve it. By following our step-by-step instructions, you can transform your vision into reality, resulting in a custom hood that enhances both the aesthetics and performance of your vehicle. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't be discouraged by initial challenges. With dedication and the techniques we've shared, you'll soon be proud of your craftsmanship. Thank you for watching, and happy building.